Assalamu alaikum dear students. Here I am Auram Samejo, teacher of Pakistan Studies course. Dear students, today we are going to start the third video of first chapter, 9th Hyderabad board. And this video we will complete the first chapter. The topics that we are going to discuss are ideology of Pakistan and in the light of the statements of Allama Iqbal and Quaid-e-Azam. Second topic will be ideology and national character. First of all, we are going to start the ideology of Pakistan and the statements of Allama Iqbal. So, what were the statements of Allama Iqbal in the ideology of Pakistan? Allama Iqbal was a great thinker, philosopher and poet of Islam. He delivered presidential address at Allahabad in 1930, and which clearly explained the idea of a separate state for the Muslims and subcontinent. In Allahabad city in 1930, Allama Iqbal was presiding over the public. He gave address in which he said and demanded a separate state for Muslims first time. This address is also known as Allahabad address. He said, India is a subcontinent, not a country, where people belonging to different religions and speaking different languages are living. Muslim nation possesses separate religious and cultural identity. And this address he said that India is not a country. It is a subcontinent where people belonging to different religion, speaking different languages, different cultures are living. The lifestyle of people of Indians are different. Muslim nation has their separate religious and cultural identity as well. He further said, I would like to see the Punjab, the northwest frontier province, Sindh and Balochistan as a separate state for the Muslims and subcontinent. Formation of a consolidated northwest Muslim state appears to be the final destiny of the Muslims of subcontinent, at least of northwest India. And this address he further said that it is my dream to have a separate state for Muslims in which the province of Punjab, northwest frontier province, Sindh and Balochistan should be. The formation of such a strong Muslim state is the final destiny of Muslims, and it is the solution for Muslims. The struggle of Allama Iqbal proved a milestone in the struggle of Pakistan. Whatever Allama Iqbal said and in this address and the struggle became the important part in the struggle of Pakistan movement. He also wrote in 1937 he wrote letters to Quaid-e-Azam in which he emphasized the separate state for the Muslims of subcontinent. Dear students, the second topic is the statements of Quaid-e-Azam about ideology of Pakistan. Quaid-e-Azam was an advocate professionally. He was a great speaker, great leader for Muslims. He joined Muslim League in 1913. After joining, Muslim League became very strong and powerful platform for Muslims. Quaid-e-Azam was very anxious about the future of the Muslims of subcontinent. He reorganized and revitalized the Muslim League and united all Muslims under its banner. After joining Muslims, he united all the Muslims that were not united on one platform. He brought all Muslims under the banner of Muslim League. While addressing the students of Islamia College Peshawar, he said, our demand for Pakistan is not for a piece of land, but we want to establish an experimental laboratory where we could practice a system based on Islamic principles. The students of Islamia College were present and Quaid-e-Azam was addressing them. He said that whatever we are demanding is not for a piece of land for us, but we want to have a separate, here laboratory means such a state where we could practice or follow our religious principles, customs, cultures freely. On 23rd March 1940 at Lahore, he said, on this day the law resolution was being passed, addressing in this session, Muhammad Ali Jinnah said, Hinduism and Islam are not merely two religions, but they are two separate social systems. It would be a dream to think that Hindus and Muslims would form a common nation. I want to make it clear that both the nations belong to two different civilizations, and the foundation of these two civilizations is on such philosophies which are opposed to each other. And this historic speech, he said that the Hindus and Muslims, or Hinduism and Islam, are not merely two religions, but their social system is totally different. If you think that Hindus and Muslims will form a common nation, it is not possible, and only it is your dream. Their social system, their culture, their habits, their religious practices are totally different, and they cannot live in a united country or in one state. He said, I want to make it clear that both nations belong to two different civilizations. The civilizations of both these nations are also different, based on different philosophies that are totally different and opposed to one another. In January 1941, Quaid-e-Azam elaborated the separate status of Muslim nation and said, India had never been a single country or a nation. The issue of subcontinent is international. The differences on culture, social and economic values are of ideological nature. He further said in 1941 in January that India had never been a single nation or country because first of all it was ruled by Hindus, then Muslims, then British. The issue of subcontinent, he said, is international. The differences on culture, social and economic values are of ideological basis. The following words of Quaid-e-Azam sum up the ideology of Pakistan, and these words he clearly showed the ideology of Pakistan. Pakistan had come into being on that day when first non-Muslim was converted into a Muslim in India. He said the foundation of Pakistan was put when first Muslims came or converted. First Muslim came in subcontinent or non-Muslim converted into a Muslim in India. On that day the roots of Pakistan were planted. Dear students, the next topic is ideology and national character. What is ideology? What are the national characters? Character is the total sum of habits, attitudes and the way of living of an individual. The habits, attitudes and the living way of an individual or a person is known as his or her character. It is influenced by the ideology of an individual. An individual's ideology influences it. The following elements shape the national character. The elements which are given below form the national character of a person or of a nation. First, from belief and ideology. Dear students, there should be a from or a strong belief in the ideology A firm belief in the national ideology contributes positively. Our ideology stems from Islam, or our ideology is Islam, therefore we should build our character in the light of Islamic values. Next one is commitment. Dear students, commitment means devotion with a sense of duty and responsibility. A person who acts for national ideology fully devotes to the cause of the nation. Pakistani people showed their national character during the war of 1965 when they stood like rock against the enemy. Third one is honesty. Honesty is considered as a great virtue or recognized a virtue in all societies. An individual should lead a just life and reflect honesty in words and deeds. Islam has emphasized upon honesty in every field, Islam emphasized honesty in very strong words. Fourth one is patriotism. Patriotism means expression of love and sacrifice for a country. Individuals reflect their best national character at the time of test when their country's freedom is endangered. So we must all should be patriotic and give sacrifice when our country is endangered. Fifth one is hard work. Nations progress when their individuals work hard. This requires a sense of duty, commitment to work, and honest performance. The developed and advanced nations have become prosperous because of their hard work. So all of us should be hardworking. We should work hard not only for our interest but for the interest of our country. Last and sixth one is national interest. National interest means the benefits or advantages for the nations or for a country. Personal character of an individual must reflect the supremacy of national interest instead of self-interest. We should keep national interest superior. We should work hard not only for our self-interest but also for national interest or for the prosperity, progress and development of our nations. So these are the elements which make or shape the national character. These six must be followed, keeping the ideology intact. Dear students, this was the last topic. Our first chapter has been completed. It is consisted of 3 videos, and first video we discussed 3 topics, and second video also we discussed 3 topics, and this 2 main topics were completed. In next video we will start second chapter of this course. That is the second chapter will be making of Pakistan. So inshallah we will soon start that. Khuda Hafiz.